When the Chicago Bulls acquired Lonzo Ball in 2021, they showed a ton of faith in his ability as they would look to pay him $85 million over the course of 4 years. When that sign and trade deal went down for the Bulls to get Zoe, as a Pelicans fan just like Zion, I immediately viewed Zoe as the one who got away, as Bulls fans immediately viewed our former point guard as their point guard of the future. The Bulls' substantial investment in ZO2 was paying off handsomely. In just his first season in Chicago, he would become the heartbeat to a Bulls team that was pacing the Eastern Conference in wins. With a 27-13 record, the Bulls were just getting started. And then, tragedy struck. January 14th, 2022 would become a day that would be infamous in ZO2 history, because that day was the day that Lonzo Ball would suffer a knee injury that would change his life. Lonzo Ball, tearing his meniscus, would spiral into multiple setbacks and multiple procedures, with one of those procedures being an experimental cartilage transplant that would give him an entirely new meniscus. During media day, Lonzo would say that he basically has a brand new knee. How crazy is that? So this procedure would have ZO2 attempting to do something that had never been done before: become the first player to return to the NBA after undergoing a cartilage transplant. Wednesday, October 16th, 2024, the day that we'd all been waiting for would come, as ZO2 would defy the odds and return to action after going over 1,000 days without playing NBA basketball. But before we talk about how this return went, guys, we are getting incredibly close to 300,000 subscribers. It would mean the world to me if those of you who weren't subscribed did subscribe to support my growth as a creator. With that out of the way, let's get back to the content. Lonzo's return would come against the Timberwolves. The Wolves would start Anthony Edwards, Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert, Jaden McDaniels, and new Wolf, Julius Randle. Meanwhile, the Bulls would start Josh Giddey, Zach LaVine, Kobe White, Nikola Vucevic, and Patrick Williams. As you guys could tell, there'd be no Lonzo Ball in their starting lineup, and that's because both the Bulls and Lonzo are being extremely precautious. Zoe, despite being able to play, would be limited to a maximum of 16 minutes Wednesday night, which he'd play 15 of those 16. Unfortunately, managing Zoe's minutes and load will probably be the norm, as Zoe says that they're going to have to manage this injury all year, and that's just the reality of it. But minutes restriction or not, how awesome was it to see Zoe check into the game on Wednesday night? I literally got goosebumps.
Listen to the crowd.
Checking in for the Chicago Bulls, number 2, Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo Ball would check in with 6:08 remaining in the first quarter, and Lonzo would waste no time reminding everybody why he was such an integral piece to the Bulls having what was their best season in almost a decade. Passing the ball and then going through to the corner, Lonzo would find the soft spot in the defense for Vooch, who was able to successfully draw Zoe's defender DiVincenzo as he attacked the basket. Finding himself wide open in the corner, Zoe would knock down this routine catch and shoot 3. And just listen to the crowd as he does so.
22, and then in March of 23, the cartilage transplant. Here he is for 3. Good! There you go. Welcome back, Lonzo Ball.
Zoe has come such a long way shooting the ball. Remember that this guy struggled terribly in Los Angeles. He struggled shooting so badly in Los Angeles that on occasion, teams would just let him shoot. And there's no bigger disrespect in basketball than a team willingly letting you shoot. But now, you have to run Zoe off of the line, which is a testament to his work ethic. Before Zoe went down with injury in 2022, he was actually one of the best shooters in the entire league. During that 21-22 season, Zoe was taking over 7 threes a game and knocking down 42.3% of them. For reference, Zoe's 42.3% that year was better than Steph's percentage, who shot 38%, and better than Trey's, who shot 38.2% from distance that year. Before his injury, Zoe was on fire in Chicago, and that flame has been sorely missed. The past 3 years, the Chicago Bulls have finished dead last in three-point attempts twice, and the year that they weren't actually last, which was last year, they'd finished 26th. But the Bulls wouldn't just miss Zo's shooting, they'd also miss his tenacity, his playmaking, and his overall natural feel for the game. Like you guys heard me say in my last Pelicans video about DeJounte Murray, don't sleep on the impact that a true point guard can have. Passes like this from him are effortless, and I can't wait to see more from him this year as he's truly a special passer. But forget the passing for a second, and let's check out this basic off-ball movement from Zo against the Timberwolves. Zo catches McDaniels over helping one pass away and darts back door for the easy lay-in. And what's bonkers here is that Zo actually felt so good about this cut that he asked for a lob. If Zo caught and finished the lob here like he was back at Chino Hills, then the city would have shut down. I'm not entirely sure what I was expecting in Zo's first game back in action, but I definitely wasn't expecting him to be out here calling for lobs. It's funny because Zo says that he doesn't have the same body that he started off with, meaning that he's not as athletic as he once was, but he's still out here calling for lobs. In Zo's first game back, it felt like this guy hadn't missed the beat. I'm not saying that he's still anywhere near the athlete that he once was, but this game, it was very clear that he still had some athleticism to spare. He was still calling for lobs, he was still blocking shots, and he was still being an overall menace on the defensive side of the basketball. Here, he leaves his man as he goes to knock the ball away from an unsuspecting Julius Randle on the other side of the floor. And instead of just letting the ball go out in this preseason game in which he's on a heavy minutes restriction, he jumps into the bench to save the ball. And in doing so, he'd record a steal. With the Bulls trading away Caruso this offseason to the Oklahoma City Thunder of all teams, efforts like this one from Lonzo Ball will be more valuable than ever. I'm so mad at the Bulls for giving the Thunder Caruso, but that's a topic for another video. But yeah guys, whatever Lonzo now lacks in athleticism, it's very clear that he has the IQ to more than make up for it. It definitely pays to be a cerebral player. So Zo would finish this game going 4 of 6 from the field and 2 of 4 from 3 for 10 points. He'd also record 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block, all in just 15 minutes. And after the game, he'd receive the game ball, which I know had to feel amazing for him after all of that time that he's missed and everything that he's been through. Remember that there was once a point in time where there was reasonable doubt about if we'd ever see Zo play professional basketball again. And now, we're watching him get game balls as he balls on the hardwood. You love to see it. In the comments below, let me know what you guys thought of Zo's return to action and how you see this season going for him and the Chicago Bulls, who look like a completely different team when he plays. Anyways guys, there's some more going on in the basketball world that I need to be covering. Clicking the video on the screen right now and using code COOP for Underdog are great ways to support this channel. I'm GetLikeCoop, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.